what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of OGP's DVDs, movie reviews, filming locations, blah, 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 blah. The important one tonight is celebrity interviews. I have the extreme honor of being joined by a man I've met just recently on the set of Xmas 2, Mr. Warren Durso.
What's up, Phil?
How you doing, Warren?
Good.
Good. Thank you for giving us a moment.
Nice.
A few minutes of your time here tonight.
Hey, you're welcome, man. Sure.
So for those of you who don't know Warren and what you are going to be wanting to do at the end here, we're going to put links down below for you guys to click on so you can find Warren. Make sure when you're coming to Vegas that you're going to see his shows that we're going to talk about in just a moment. But first, let's get to know Warren, who this man is.
My mom says I'm handsome with an award-winning personality. And she would know.
There you go. So Warren is a comedian, one funny as hell comedian. I can say that for certainty. I've seen him on the internet. I've seen him in person and wanted to piss myself laughing each time. So with that being said, we know Warren's a funny man, but let's get to know. Can you tell us something that we wouldn't know or something about you unrelated to the comedy career?
Unrelated to the comedy. Well, I'm a drummer. I've been playing music my whole life.
That's cool.
That's what I started out doing. My brother was in a band, and he was older than me by 8 years. And I just fell in love with the drums. So I would stand up and play because I was little. He was 14. I was like 6 or 7.
That's cool.
And I would stand up and play the drums. And finally got good at it. And then he changed drummers to a left-handed guy. So I had to learn how to play left-handed. So being a drummer, I'm ambidextrous. I can play either side, left or right. So anyway, I was in a band my whole life from 9 years old until 30, which is when I got too fat for spandex towards the late 80s, early 90s. I wasn't in shape for those clothes. It's like wearing yoga pants today.
Yeah.
There's some girls that shouldn't wear yoga pants today.
No.
I think Whole Foods means yoga pants. I really do. I can't afford to eat at Whole Foods because it's all organic and my body would freak out. So I just hang out in the parking lot and watch the girls walk in and out.
Not creepy, no.
No, not at all. I don't take pictures. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe you should. You make some money off of this.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
So that's really cool. I had no fucking idea. Who would have thought that? That's pretty awesome.
So,
drums.
And I played with everybody. It's just, I don't know. Being a musical guy, well, not really, because drummers aren't musical. We just hang out with musicians. I just liked the whole idea of playing the drums. And by being a drummer in the band, I was always the vocal guy. I was telling the jokes, telling the stories, little anecdotes about the songs we wrote, because we were an original band. I wasn't in a cover band.
Nice.
So it just really pissed me off because I'd always be in the bands and it would be like, hey, are you the drummer? I'd be like, yeah. Can you introduce me to the lead singer?
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah. So I wanted to be the lead singer. So I went up on a dare on an open mic night.
Oh, really?
At Ron Bennington's comedy scene in Clearwater, Florida. And fucking killed it because I did Rodney Dangerfield's material.
Oh, shit.
And his voice. Hey, I'll tell you, I get no respect at all. I'll tell you, my dog, his favorite bone is in my arm. I'll tell you, My wife, she called me up. She said, honey. He called up and goes, honey, I'm thinking about the last time we had sex. She said, who is this? So anyway, I did 20 minutes of Rodney, his voice, his material.
That's great.
I killed it. And my really good friend Lou Angel Wolf comes on and says, hey, if you don't have an act that works, do one that does. Here's Warren Durso. So I realized that I had to write my own material. So it's I write on stage, but comedy now has been very good to me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So going from being on, being in a band, being on stage, I guess, that kind of gave you, got past stage fright and all that. You're probably, comfortable being in front of an audience.
Yeah, but for me, it started in school. When I was in school, I hated school, so I did everything I could do to disrupt every class I was in. And by doing that, I was funny. So even the teachers couldn't deny that I was funny. So I would have one English teacher before she actually went crazy and ran out of school. Gave me 20 minutes of a 40-minute class. She gave me half the class to entertain, and she took the other half to teach.
That's like taking class clown just to a new level.
Yeah, I had my own shit.
That's legendary at that school right there. Probably nobody ever come close to that level again.
No, and what made her crazy, where she ran out of the school, is at 5 minutes to bell, everybody had to drop their pencils. So now I got 30 kids in a room that when the second hand clicks on that and it goes to 5 minutes to bell, 30 pencils hit the ground. She'd look up, and then you got 30 people bending over picking their pencil up. And I go, 1 minute to bell, drop your books. So you got 30 people dropping fucking English literature books. 30 of them. Destroyed. She jumped up. She looked at me and goes, I hate you. And she ran out pulling on her hair, and no one had ever seen her again. She never came back.
That's awesome.
My high school year, they told me not to show up at school. I took a air conditioning class. Even though that I was accepted to Juilliard School of Music, my parents decided that music wouldn't support me being an entertainer, so they said I should go to AC school and have a trade. Yeah.
So how's that business worked out for you?
Well, when I first moved to Florida after getting too fat for spandex, I went to opened an air conditioning company. And my office was in Hooters. Yeah. It was great. What we would do is my partner and I, who ended up stealing from me, we would put ads in the local newspaper that they would throw in the driveway. And the ad would read, scratch and dent air conditioning units from 1 ton to 5 ton. Call starting at $200. So it's Florida. It's 100 degrees with 100% humidity.
Yeah.
So these people are like, oh my God, they had all this, we called it tired iron, all these old air conditioners, and they needed a new one. So all I would do is they would call, we'd be at Hooters eating wings, talking, hanging out, and their phone would ring and be like, oh, what do you need? Oh, a 2 ton? Hold on. And then put them on hold. I mean, we had cell phones before cell phones. My Nokia cost $850 back in 1991.
Wow.
Back in 91. And I had it was a battery pack, I had to carry it with 2 hands. Hi, it's me, Frank Cannon. How you doing? Got a car phone. The whole thing was battery. So we're being at Hooters, we get the phone call, and then we would get another $250 to install it. So I'd call the warehouse, I didn't even have to call them because I knew they had it. So we would drive to the warehouse, get one, take your fin comb and go across the fins, then straighten them out. That was the dent, the scratch.
Okay.
So bring them to the people's house. I would get them wholesale for $2.25. I would sell it to them for $4.25 plus the $250. We'd install 4 or 5 of those a day.
Wow.
So it was like
that's a good living.
Yeah,
working your ass off though.
Yeah, but we were making money, and then my partner was stealing out of the S Corp checkbook. He was paying his dogs to get groomed, his car to get transmission fluid. So he was ripping me off. So we just disassociated.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So is that the time that you said comedy?
Well, when I said comedy was, I was working for a company that was really big in that area of Florida, and I was doing installations for new homes. And also the model homes, if anything broke down, I'd have to go over there.
Okay.
So there was this place called River Crossing, and it was like this hoity-toity area where they had like the Jen Air and the ceilings all vaulted.
Oh,
you know, it's just gorgeous, right? Well, I'm up there changing an air handler, which if you can't see them, but when you have the vents that blow your air conditioner down, the blower's either in your garage or it's in the attic. So this one particular house was in the attic. It was no room. I had to disassemble it upstairs, bring it down, disassemble the new one, bring it up, and assemble it in the attic, and then put it up on its hanger. Well, I was on a 2x4, and I pushed myself off the 2x4, and I busted through the ceiling. I busted the Jen Air. Thought I broke 2 ribs. Lost my breath. There's nobody there but me. It's a model home. I'm crawling around on the floor. And it's a ceramic Jen Air, so I destroyed it. Just pieces of ceramic everywhere. I'm like, I feel like I got stabbed by a Puerto Rican girlfriend. So I'm laying on the ground. My ribs are hurting. I'm on the floor. Finally able to get up, go upstairs. I had to go all the way out to the garage, go up into the attic, collect all my tools and shit, close the light, put the stairs back up, drove myself back to the shop, grabbed my tools, put them in my car, went in, clocked out, and go, you guys got a hell of a cleanup over at River Crossing. And I never went back.
That was it, huh?
Yeah, and I told this story in Homosassa Springs, Florida, at our Bonkerz Comedy Club in, it's called High Octane. And I told that story. And I go, I'm not allowed to say the name of the company, but it was Woody Tucker. And the guy sitting there goes, I work for Woody Tucker. You're that guy? They still tell that story at the fucking office that I fell through the ceiling and destroyed that house.
Oh, that's great. That is great. So there was no doubt.
No doubt it was me.
It wasn't the comedian. This is a true story.
That was a true story.
That's great. That is great.
I don't make shit up. Everything I talk about is the truth.
That's cool.
You know, and that's the only thing that keeps me from a therapist's couch. As I talk about it.
Well, I think there's, for most people, there's enough shit that happens in life that you could look at it in a funny way. It's just having the ability to convert that to something that'll be funny and entertaining on stage.
Yeah.
And is that, for you to do that, is it something that just came naturally to you? Have you ever been schooled in comedy or just you just naturally
You really
funny?
can't learn it. There's guys that give classes in comedy, and I understand if you're a comedian, a real famous comedian, you want to give classes, you're not teaching funny. They're teaching technique. They're teaching joke writing structure.
Yeah.
They're teaching microphone technique, camera technique if they're working on a special. But as far as teaching funny, you can't.
Yeah.
There's no way. I'd be a millionaire right now 5 times if I took money from people that, dude, please, I'll pay anything. Make me funny. You can't.
Yeah.
You're either funny or you're not.
Yeah.
And a lot of people aren't.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, after seeing, we saw Warren did a benefit show last night, which was an amazing show, but to the point with, seeing Warren in person, funny as hell, and just the off the cuff kind of, introducing the new, the next guy up on the stage and all that stuff. Just so great. And obviously it was off the cuff because it was just different guys. It was, it wasn't like you had this whole thing written down and there was jokes specifically made, to the act that just happened and that type of stuff. So, that's pretty cool. And that's kind of, I think, to the point of you can't teach it. You just got it or you don't.
Exactly.
But so with that in mind, the benefit was last night. So we'll talk about it a little bit just so we can, I want to talk about it. It was a good cause. And I think that was just, super cool of you to do that and really touch those people's lives like that. How did that come to light for you? What made you go, I want to do this? Did somebody bring it to you or?
No, we were at the Hard Rock at Bonkerz Comedy Club that Saturday night, September 29th or 30th, whatever it was.
Like the day before?
Yeah, the night
no
before
shit.
that Saturday. And that Sunday, Lisa and her husband, Chris, went to the concert. See, he wanted to go Saturday night, and she came to the comedy club and met her friend Karen, and they were like hanging out and partying with Carla. But if she would have went to the concert Saturday night and then came to our show Sunday night,
we would have never had that.
We would have never had the benefit.
Damn it.
So timing is everything.
Yeah.
And but she was an angel, and her friend Karen was like, you know, it's really sad, and I'm, you know, for me, in my high school years, I lost more friends to heroin than anything.
Wow.
So I was sitting at the Hard Rock with Joe Sanfilippo from Bonkerz and Sarah Uri from the Hard Rock, and we're just talking, and I said, you know, one of the ladies that was at our show here at the Hard Rock the next day was killed at the Route 91 concert. And she went, really? And I said, I'd really like to do a benefit. It just came out. So I'd really like to do a benefit. She said, let me know what we have to do.
No kidding.
And that was it. And
How
everybody
cool is
was
that?
so professional that everyone's thanking me for doing this great job of producing. And a good producer, Clint Eastwood said it as a director, I surround myself with people that make me look good. And that's all I did. They were professionals. Carla Ray, boom.
Hilarious.
Great comedian. Lou Migelowitz, Mike Puccini, Jeffrey Peterson, the 420 comic, Brandon James, Tristan Wilkinson, Derek Stroman. It was a show of shows.
Yeah.
Each guy came out, did 5 minutes, did their time to the second,
Yeah.
crushed their time, and then Carla came out and did 20 minutes, and then the band Jet Velocity came out and rocked us till midnight.
And they were good.
They were
that band
great
is
band.
Great, yes.
Great band. It's jetvelocity.com. Check them out.
Yeah, we'll get their link down below too for you guys. You
Yeah.
definitely want to check them out. Yeah. Well, that's really, really cool of you.
Yeah.
To take the time, the effort,
It's
and it's
about
cool
community.
Hard Rock too.
Yeah, and it's about community. I mean, that night I was at the Hard Rock in the garage, and Lou was hanging out with some girl, and he was over at the, I think he said it was at Cosmo, and he calls me up and he goes, there was a shooting at the T-Mobile Arena. And I go, what are you talking about? He goes, yeah, man. And I'm thinking, at a hockey game? Who shoots up a hockey game?
Yeah.
You know, I could see a fist fight, but so then come to find out it was the shooting at the concert from Mandalay Bay. So I was with another comedian, Cookie Hull. We come driving out the back way, and as we're at Tropicana and
The Koval back there?
Paradise.
Oh, Paradise. Okay.
30 ambulances blowing up
Oh, wow.
Tropicana on its way up. I was like, oh man, what happened?
Something bad.
Yeah, so, I mean, we know something happened. We just don't know why it happened. All I know is 59 people died.
That's
And
the
why?
important thing.
Why did they die?
Yeah.
So, but I know that I wanted to do something for the community.
Yeah. And it's really cool, and especially you know, the
Oh, my neck.
her husband, I'm sorry, forgive me, his Chris, you know, when he came up and you know, and even, you know, talked about it not just being about Lisa, about being about
everyone
all
that was
of the
touched.
victims, yeah,
And their families.
And, yes,
And their friends.
yeah. I mean, that's not just 59 lives, but 59 families' lives, 59 friends. That's thousands of people that were affected by some stupid shit. And on a personal level, if this guy did act alone, and I'm glad that son of a bitch is dead, because that can help that family get some closure and move on.
Yep.
Because we got a special guest coming in here.
This is Champ. Champ agrees with everything we're talking about right now.
Yeah. That's Kitty Cat you're smelling from John's house. Yeah.
He's a good boy.
So,
This is what it's about. Unconditional love, not just love. And like I said on stage, love overcomes hatred.
That's right.
Light overcomes darkness.
Yeah.
So no matter where you are or who you're with, love them. Always come from love, because everything else is meaningless. Really
Can't argue with that. You can't. So, with that being said, I kind of, again, thanks for doing that. I'm sure the community appreciates it. We all do. It's so awesome. And to be there, it was like for a good cause, and it was just a great time. One hell of a night.
It was a great show, man.
And
6 funny comics, one after the other. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. And that is the kind of entertainment that you get from Bonkerz Comedy, is it not?
Totally.
So, with that in mind, we need to know, where can we go see Bonkerz Comedy?
Well, we're at the Klondike on January 20th. That's on 444 Sunset Road. It's a Saturday night, 8 o'clock. We're at every Thursday night, Rampart Casino in Summerlin. It's 221 Rampart Boulevard. It's every Thursday night at 7 o'clock. These are always free shows.
Free?
Yep.
Are you shitting me?
We also have a show January 18th, which will be me at the Hard Rock Cafe. Send me a message, whatever. Find me on Facebook, and you get in for free. What else? Top Golf starting in January. We do them one weekend a month. So we got a lot of stuff going in Vegas. And if you go to the website bonkerzcomedy.com, you'll be able to see where we are. We're in 24 cities around the country. We may be near you.
There you go. So yeah, even if you're not in Vegas, look for Bonkerz near you, and make sure you're letting people know that Warren was the one that told you.
With a Z.
And the link, here's the name right here. Right here. You can't see it right now, but it's right in this general area.
I love that.
And in the video description down below, we're gonna have all the information you need to know about Bonkerz Comedy, about Warren, we'll put some of the information about that.
Oh yeah, you can also find me on Warren Durso / Esquire magazine. And in 2012, I posed nude.
I knew where that was going.
Yeah, so you got to check it out. And I always send that picture out to girls that are interested. And if they write back after they got the picture, then they're cool girls.
Yeah, there you go.
They probably have a pug or a French bulldog or an English bulldog. Some ugly dog that they go, "You're so beautiful." And they'll date me. So that would be good.
Awesome. So everything is down below that you guys need to know. Be sure to click it, check it out, and say hi to Warren. And now, before we go, is there anything else that you want to talk about, or anything we need to know that we haven't brought up? Putting you on the spot. Well, here, let me ask you this, because this is a stupid question I asked in the last interview too. Are you a cat person or a dog person?
I'm a both person.
Okay.
I don't have to have a cat and a dog, but I don't mind them. People, I hate cats. Shut up.
So we got a dog right here.
Yeah.
But and so we know Warren likes dogs, obviously. So we have the proof. But now we got to know, the pressing question is, rhinoceroses or hippopotamuses? Which way are you going?
I'd have to go with a hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus.
Yeah. Rhinoceros is just too hard to spell.
And that's a good enough reason.
Rhinoceros. Is there an SCERO? Rhinoceros. RH? Nah.
That's all right, because in the last interview,
they have that horn.
Yeah.
And I'm not real cool with horns. They can, you can't go, hey, and not fucking gouge you with the horn. At least a hippo, you gotta you'll go, and you get your head out of the way. I don't think he'll eat you that quickly.
No, it probably wouldn't.
Plus, a hippo reminds me of like the big fat girl from high school that you were friends with. Had the wrinkled face like the Sharpay, like Mama June from Honey Boo Boo. That's what a hippo reminds me.
Oh shit. Well, I'm glad we asked that question, and now you know.
Ask anything, man.
All right.
I'm open.
Okay. Well, hey, I'll tell you what. We will wrap this interview up for now, but we'll talk to Warren again sometime down the road, and we'll keep you guys up to date with what's going on and where you can see Warren.
I don't know. You got me right now. You might not get me again.
We'll entice you with a bag of greenery or something.
A bag of greenery in a world where we has ruled the earth.
I think we got a movie there.
Ben Affleck. Mini Sorvino.
Oh, shit.
In the greener grass of home.
Oh, man. Why don't
fun.
I'm not the funny guy, and I don't have any more stupid questions to ask, or else I would.
Well, stupid questions.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Warren, thank you so much.
Hey,
thank
thanks.
you. I really appreciate it.
OPG?
OGP.
The original.
The other Goodwill Phil. The other Goodwill Phil.
Goodwill Phil.
The other Goodwill Phil.
Is that like Puxatawny Phil?
I come out of my hole every once in a while. A little more than once a year.
But if you saw your shadow, what does that mean?
I think
six more weeks of basketball.
Shit.
That's what it means.
I'm good on that. Football season's going to end here, and we're going to have a sports drought for 6 months.
Touchdown!
Oh, shit. That timing couldn't have been better. All right. Well, until the next episode of OGP's DVDs, you guys take it easy. I'll see you when I see you.
Peace out.